Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Skeledirge's new quick move Hex. So let's have a little fun with this here. This is actually a pretty great quick move for it to be added onto its move pool because Incinerate is fantastic. It does a ton of damage, you're getting stabbed from it, builds up your energy at a pretty decent rate. And the other quick move that it did have, or that it does have still, is going to be Bite, which really doesn't do much for you, really at all, right? So having Hex, which is going to be able to get you stabbed, is going to be a great addition, and that's what we're going to be using here. So I do love Skeledirge. This thing is great in every league, actually. Even if you have a maxed out one in the Master League, it can perform there. We've made a video on it. It actually does pretty well. So we're going to be pairing it up with Shadow Cradily with its new quick move Acid. It's going to be farming up energy faster. Skeledirge, or not Skeledirge, for Alligator, there's really nothing updated for that. We're just putting it on the team for balance, right? So I'm pretty sure I used the same team the entire time. We might swap one thing out, but I'm pretty sure we go with the same one here. So with that said, let's have a little fun. We will be leading with Cradily pretty much the entire time here. And let's see what this thing can do. So hope everybody had a great time at your Go Fests. And it's going to be pretty exciting. We did go over the fact that the Zacian Crowned and Zamazenta are going to be some of the most expensive things to power up if you're considering trying to power up all of their max moves and specialties under there. It's not going to require particles. It is going to require Stardust, as they're not going to actually Dynamax or Gigantamax. They're just going in there as is. It's part of the lure of how they kind of protect or, you know, shut down the Dynamax, Gigantamax deals. Make sure you do raid them enough to max one of them out. And if you are going crazy and you're going to be powering up like 2 of them, then hey, there's no problem in that at all. As a matter of fact, you probably want a couple, but good lord, that's a lot. You're going to have to be in person to get all those XL candies. But hey, let's go ahead and hop into the commentary, see what we have going on here. Would have got this video up a little bit sooner, but I was talking to, I got a couple of friends in LA, and yeah, I don't think I need any more explanation on that. And they were just telling me, you know, what the hell is going on and stuff. And I'm not going to give any opinions or anything like that. Just going to get back on schedule here. So we have a Quilava, or not a Quilava, a Quillfish. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. So of course our quick move is not very effective, as it is going to be poison, hitting it with a Rock Tomb. They are going to be using that shield there. We'll go ahead and let this go. We don't want to use all of our shields. Hitting me with an Ice Beam. They've used both of their shields at this point. So we're going to go ahead and bring in for Alligator here. And we'll let this go. Farm them all the way down and then put all of our hope pretty much into Skeledirge. So that's not taking us out. Getting to another stick and charge move. We're going to have a lot of energy coming out of this though, at least. So what are they going to bring in here? Was that a Primeape? Pretty sure it was. Yeah, Hydro Cannon taking him out pretty much in one shot there. And we're going to throw this immediately, and now we're going to go down. What was that? Oh, okay, so no problem. So that's Dark. Yeah, it's going to be super effective, but we're going to be able to get to Disarming Voice as well as use our last shield here. Thievul is going to go down by this Disarming Voice. Of course, it is going to be weak to that. And we're looking great here. And moving it on to our next opponent. Let's see what we have going on here. It's going to be a Drifblim. This is a, alright, good matchup. We're going to be swapping into Dragalge. So Dragalge also has Acid, okay? So it's been an updated move now, so it's going to be a little bit better here, right? Still need to test that out. Hitting me with an Outrage, unfortunately letting it go, and it's doing a ton of damage. Of course, we're going to throw Crunch here as water is resisted by that dragon, and they're going to be able to get to a charge move. We're going to let it go, holding on to those shields for a later time. It's just an Aqua Tail, so it's a good thing we let that go. Bringing back Drifblim. No need to go for the Crunch. We're just going to go Hydro Cannon, because it still will do a ton of damage. They're unfortunately going to be able to farm us down, and they did use both of their shields here. So I understand they're going to probably get to do charge moves. Oh, they're going to be retreating with energy, bringing in a Swampert to catch a Rock Tomb when I could have threw a Grass Knot. That was a great catch, I'm going to have to say here. And now we're in a little bit of a weird situation. So hitting me with that Hydro Cannon, getting to the Disarming Voice, which should be enough to pretty much take them out here. Oh yeah, Shadow Swampert. And then hopefully this isn't a Shadow Ball. I don't think they had enough energy for that. Yeah, just an Icy Wind. We're looking great. Going to go ahead and throw that Disarming Voice. So I am going with Disarming Voice and the Torch Song because I don't know. I just prefer that. Building up your attack Blast Burn is great and all, but we're going to go with that moveset. All right, so this is not particularly a good matchup for me here, as, of course, counter is going to be super effective. I don't even think they have counter, though. So we're all right. Let me see here. Yeah, they don't even have counter. All right, so we'll go ahead and let this all go here. Hitting me with a foul play. We're going to be able to farm them down. Excellent. Going to go for the Rock Tomb. I could have went for the Grass Knot, but yeah, that would have done a lot of damage. I didn't know if they're going to use a shield or not. So at least their attack is down. We'll go ahead and bring in for Alligator. Shadow Ball's still going to do a decent amount. So we'll see what happens there. Okay. And they're bringing in their Sylveon. So, of course, we do have that Skeledirge in the back that's going to be able to easily handle this here. Now, you know, the Psyshock is going to still do a decent amount of damage. I mean, it's chipping away, but nothing to be really worried about here. So they're going to be shielding it up. We still have 2 shields, so I think I do decide to shield this up because it will start to bring us down a little bit low. They go for the Dazzling Gleam there. All right, so we built their attack. This should be enough to take them out. Beautiful. And we can just go for another fire move up against this Jellicent because it's still going to be enough. Yeah, their health is just so low, and we're taking that when they're moving it on. Getting that free Stardust. Easy money, easy money. All right, now this is a decent matchup here. We do have to look out for the Ice Beam, but they are going to be retreating, catching a Rock Tomb with their Clotsire. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Feraligatr, hit him up with the Hydro Cannon. We'll let that Stone Edge go easy, no problem. I suspect they're going to be bringing back that Mantine. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and go for the Crunch here. Going to go right through them, doing a pretty good amount of damage. Looks like they're going to try to farm us down, but not before we get to a Hydro Cannon. Getting their first shield. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our Cradily. We're going to call this here, hitting me with a bubble. And now we're going to go ahead and shield this up, hoping it's going to be an Ice Beam, and we call it correctly. Very good. We're going to go ahead and take them down before they do get to that next charge move. And they do have a Poliwrath in the back. This is the point where I do believe they closed their app out. Yeah, so yeah, it's fine if you want to close the app. You got it. You do what you want to do. Doesn't hurt me any. Okay. Could it be kind of like an error or a glitch where it just freezes, you know, magically right when you figure out you're about to lose? Yeah, sure. I could play stupid. Sure, no problem. All right, moving it on to the next one. We're going to be met with a Dunsparce. Let's get it. We're going to be getting some evolutions for this in the future. Well, a evolution. It's kind of like Mousehold, where it can evolve into another form. There's 2 forms, but they're the same. Just one with 2 links and one with 3 links. Kind of like the Mousehold type. You know, just because you get the family of 3 doesn't mean it's doing any better. It's just rare, right? Anyways, they're going to be swapping into that Jump Bluff. This is where Acrobatics would come in handy, but they have Energy Ball, so we're looking good. We're going to go ahead and farm them down. And we'll let this go again here. I suspect there's no Acrobatics. Yep, Aerial Ace. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have went with that to begin with. Bringing back that Dunsparce, we're going to go ahead and throw the Torch Song, taking out that Dunsparce, and going for another one. We've built up our attack. Let's just keep this going here and run all over them. Is that a Morpeko? Sure is. Sounds good to me. So we're just going to keep on spamming this Torch Song here. And there's really nowhere to... Oh, no, they're going to farm me down. Son of a gun. No. That's all right. We have 2 shields left here. Now, we have Shadow Claw on the Feraligatr, so we don't really want to bring that in. We're going to catch at one point, I think. Yeah. So we shield this up, and we need to be very careful here. Okay. Oh, or not. Okay. Never mind. I didn't realize I had no more shields left. Yeah. So, yeah, going for that Rock Tomb and taking that win and keeping it moving here. What are we going to see? Hypno. This is fine. Yeah, we'll take it. I mean, unless they get to like a Focus Blast, but by the time they get there, I mean, they're not going to be looking too great. So we'll go ahead and go for that Rock Tomb. They let it go. This is obviously not a Focus Blast, so we'll let it go. Fire Punch. Okay, so we have a little bit more health than them here. Getting to the next Rock Tomb. Do they want to use a shield? I keep getting notifications for the crypto, folks. It's going up. What's going on here? Let's get it, baby. All right. Anyways, they're bringing in their Golurk. All right. I know. I could have bring in Feraligatr. You're like, whoa, that was kind of a... Did you screw up there? I did. I sure did. But we're going to have to just make do with what we did here. So we'll let it go. We don't want to use up all those shields. They've used all of theirs. So we'll go ahead and just bring in the Feraligatr. Now, I did have the opportunity to throw that, so now we're going to have to use that last shield, unfortunately. But we are loaded up on energy, so let's see what's going to happen here. This is not good at all. Fire, okay. We'll farm them down. All right, we have 2 Hydro Cannons. What you got for me? Gonna go ahead and I think this is where I screw up. I should have went for a crunch here. Yeah, it's a freaking superior. Yep, should have went for a crunch. But that's okay because our Cradily does have a charge move ready to go. So go ahead and throw that in there and take the win. A little bit of a combo breaker there. All right, moving it on to the next one here. A Seeking. Okay, this is getting pretty interesting here. So we do have to look out for that Icy Wind. It is super effective. We are Shadow. It's going to do a ton of damage, bringing us down into the probably red. So we'll go ahead and shield that up, and we're going to get our attack drop, of course. That's how it works. Going to go for that Rock Tomb, and down goes their defense. They are going to be able to outpace me here. Unfortunately, we'll let this go. Hopefully we do survive. Yep, sure do. No problem. And going for another Rock Tomb here. Our attack is down by 2 stages. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to take them out, but we farm them down with the quick move. Let's freaking go Cradily, putting in that work. Now we're just going to go ahead and throw this here, since it is going to drop their defense, and I'm not trying to do damage here, or attack. Did I've been saying damn defense? That's what I'm going to attack. So at least we're able to get that off there, right? And they do have a Mightyana back there, and they are weak to Fairy. So of course we're going to be able to get to the Disarming Voice. First, we're going to raise the attack. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to it here. I think there might... Oh, no, we go for 2 of them, though. I don't know why I'm doing that. Still enough. Okay, playing a little wacky here. This is obviously going to take out my Skeledirge. Okay. Yeah, there's... Actually, no, we can pull this off. We need to get to 2 Hydro Cannons, though. All right, so foul play. All right, let's go, go, go. There we have 2. Now we just need to hit them back to back, and we will take the win here up against the Umbreon. Let's go for Alligator. Always putting in that work. Ever since they gave it Shadow Claw, the thing is pretty good before that, but with Shadow Claw, it's solidified as top tier for sure. All right, we're going to be met with an Altaria, good old classic here. It's a decent matchup for me. They're going to be swapping into their Stunfisk. Going to go ahead and go for that Grass Knot. They let it go, bringing in our Feraligatr, and we're going to go ahead and call this here, and it is just a Mud Bomb. Let's get it. Getting to the Hydro Cannon. I doubt they'll want to shield this up. Okay, I'll let that go and bring in their Altaria or their own Feraligatr. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and go for the Crunch. They are using Ice Fang. I do believe that's what they have on there, doing a ton of damage to the Feraligatr over there. And they are going to go ahead and throw that charge move. No problem. We'll let that go. Still 2 shields on both ends here. And they have that Altaria. This is looking great for me. Skeledirge, I'm telling you, with that Fairy Disarming Voice, the thing is just absolutely incredible. And I'm loving it with its new Hex quick move. And I wouldn't say, you know, you want to run only Hex now. Incinerate is absolutely amazing too. Give them both a shot. They do have different plays. Really depends on what you want to run with the Pokemon you have on your team. And we do have a Drapion here. Okay, no problem. Does have Ice Fang, which is going to be doing quite a bit of damage to our Grass-type Pokemon. Going for that Rock Tomb. And they are shielding it up. We're going to go ahead and shield this up as well, hitting me with a Sludge Bomb. Getting to the next one. This is going to do a ton of damage if they let it go. And they don't. They're using both shields. Now they're going to be able to farm me down and come out of this with a lot of energy, and I'm in a horrible position here. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Feraligatr, get to the Hydro Cannon right as I get to theirs. We're going to let this go. Sludge Bomb. Yeah, doing quite a bit. And we'll go ahead and go Hydro here. So we did take out their Dark type. Hopefully the Skeledirge is going to be able to just run amok on whatever they do throw in here. So we do have the Detonate, which is now very popular because of the Parabolic Charge, now raising the defense, which is making it pretty decent, right? Especially because you can kind of spam it at a decent rate. So down they go. They have a Flygon in the back, and this is actually an absolute wrap here. Since we do have a shield left, we're going to go ahead and just throw that, shield this up, and take the win. We're looking good, right? So yeah, this thing's absolutely a blast. Having a good time. We're going to be seeing the league switch up tomorrow, so do prepare for that, right? But again, you can use Skeledirge in pretty much whatever league is available, and you'll be looking great. All right, next game we're going to be met with a Lapras. Of course, we're just going to throw the Rock Tomb, drop that attack. And I think I'm going to shield up the first one here. We'll let the next one go. Hitting me with a Surf. They didn't switch it over to the Sparkling move yet, so okay. Rock Tomb, down they go. And we have a Clefable. So we're going to stay right where we're at. We don't want to lock ourselves. There's really no point. Let them farm up a little bit there. Getting to the Torch Song. And they're shielding it up. Wow, okay. So we'll let this go. I mean, I think the worst that they can do is... Yeah, well, Meteor Mash still doing a decent amount of damage. Wow. All right, but anyways, going for the Torch Song again. And I think they back out here. We have a Morpeko in the back. They did not like that. We take the win and moving it on to our next game here. And Clotsire. So whenever this happens, we just go Grass Knot, okay? They will be able to outpace me here, but that's okay. As long as we can bring them low enough. I do believe I will shield after this to kind of put the pressure on them as well, because I can't really farm me down. They're going to have to be forced to throw again, which is going to leave them with no energy, right? So we shielded up, getting to the Grass Knot. We built up quite a bit of extra energy here to just kind of put on the pressure. They let it go. I swapped to catch it. I'm thinking hopefully this is a Sludge Bomb and we catch a Sludge Bomb and they stay where they're at. So we're going to go ahead and go Torch Song here. Hopefully this is enough to take out the Clotsire. They're using their last shield, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do the same. Since we did just build up the attack, the only problem is if we have a water type. So this is obviously going to take them out. Since we do farm up pretty quick, I do feel confident with our attack being raised by 2 stages, and they have a Lapras. Is this going to be enough to take out the Lapras? I don't think so. Not quite. And it's Shadow 2, swapping into our Feraligatr to catch whatever water move they're throwing at us, and that's exactly what it is. And they do have a Jumpluff in the back. Yeah, this is, it depends. No, we're looking good. We still have all 3 Pokemon now. We're good. Just throwing the Hydro Cannon to do any damage before we go down. And it's almost enough. It looks like they survive with 1 HP. So yeah, there we go. Anyways, folks, Skeledirge looking great. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you next time. Take care.
Neon Knight Riders.